Hi Marlietta, this is Jamie. I'm just going to try and show you a couple of things about the EC1 and patterning. I've already set up everything to knit, so I'm not going to show you how to cast on or anything like that because I'm assuming you know how to do it. What I've got a picture of here is the point cam, and these are on the back bed of the bed, the knitting bed, and they move, as you can see, depending on, and you can move them depending on where your stitches are. I just have an arbitrary number of stitches out, and what I usually do is I usually move in the point cam one stitch into the edge so that I'm not, especially if I'm doing a tuck stitch, that the end stitch doesn't tuck. So this is your N1 cam, and that usually goes, it goes in the back grooves here. As you can see, there's grooves back here, and it goes usually in the middle of, let's see, where am I? 0, 0. So if I'll back up here so you can see, and you have to make sure that that's nice and secure. So the next thing is the EC1. So here's what you do. You have your Mylar. In this case, it's number 1, and we are going to choose pattern number 1 just because it's the easy one. And so that's pattern number 1, and you look at the pink numbers and you can see that it goes from 0 basically to 24. So on your EC1, there's these side dials here, and those control the pattern width. So the one to the left moves it back and forth to the left, and the one to the right moves it back and forth to the right. Sorry. So in this case, we're going to go to 24. Sorry, I'm in the way here in the light. 24, because that was what our pattern stitch repeat was. So now what you'll do is you'll want to turn on the EC1 and press the inspection button. And what I usually do for tuck, you always need to have this, it's the number 1 button, you always need to have it on reverse, otherwise you'll just get a big mess. So I just go ahead and get that out of the way and do that. Then you thread the Mylar through going this way, okay? So, and you use this dial here to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And you just, this is the first line, okay? And so now, in order to, this is what I was talking about, in order to set the point cams, because I've already done some knitting, I am going to use on my carriage the carriage release, and then just go back and forth, making sure that I hit the needle cams, and that sets the pattern. Okay, then I want to make sure, because I'm going to do a tuck stitch, that I move my dial to the tuck stitch there, and I've got my levers on the triangles on the side here. I know that's hard to see, but they're in the up position on both sides. I've got both of the things on 2 here, and my tuck brushes. Okay, so now that I'm ready to knit, and always remember, just as a reminder, that if you're doing tuck, number 1 needs to be on this button. So now I go back over to my inspection button and I press it, and it feeds down, and don't worry, it just feeds it down for 4 rows, so you can't really see what you're knitting, but it will knit the right pattern, and then you start knitting. Okay, so I'm going to start knitting. And as you can see, this is what you get with that. So hopefully this is helpful. If not, give me a holler and I'll see if I can do a little bit better job explaining. Okay, thanks.